All right.
Damn.
Is that? Hell no. What's good, y'all? What's good? Come on in, because I got to ask y'all some questions, bro. We got to have a little talk real quick. What's good? What's good? So I need some of y'all. If Nay and Mari's up in here too, that'll be kind of helpful. What's good? What's good? What's good? All right, you guys. So I need y'all help on something. Me and Jay are having a debate about something, or a little altercation about something that happened the other night. And I was a Christian. You would be great. You're of age. You will understand this. So you'll probably have I should add you to talk about this with you. Okay, so we had posted recently, on our story that we had got pulled over on my birthday. So. And a lot of police brutality and a lot of stuff is happening with black people, police killing people, well, mainly of color, that you're seeing on the news right now. Yeah, I'm going to invite you after I talk about this, okay? All right. So, yeah, you see a lot of that going on, and we got pulled over. Yes, it was a black officer. And I'm trying to tell Jayllnn that, I'm not telling him to be like a robot. You don't have to act like a robot in a situation that cops are around. But don't reach for it. I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all hear Empire. She is just doing this shit on purpose. She does every time I get on live, and it's irritating. But anyways, like I was saying, but I'm telling him because he reached down beside his seat to grab hand sanitizer, and I feel as though you're in a situation, you're in a car, your windows are tinted black for first start off. Your windows are black as shit, can't see within it, and I'm just like, you don't need to be reaching down there because, an officer could be like, that's a gun, or think it's a gun down there, and think, something that it may not be. Then boom, something happens that's not supposed to happen. But Jayllnn thinks, he doesn't have to sit like a robot. If he want to grab hand sanitizer, he can grab hand sanitizer. I'm not against that, but it's like you can't be making certain moves in, certain times because that's not right. And I'm trying to warn him, I'm trying to get him right before, we gonna start traveling, doing all this, that, and the third. People are different. People have emotions. Cops are people. They have emotions. They run off emotions. So if they feel like you're doing something wrong, they're going to go off their emotions and they can do whatever they want with the law being on their side. And I feel like you can't move. I feel like, he doesn't have to have his hands on the dashboard. Like he can't fucking move completely. I'm not against that. He doesn't have to do that. But I'm saying he don't need to be reaching in places a gun could be. You know what I'm saying? Like your hand does not need to be reaching down beside your seat. And the cop is, but he said we don't. He's saying we don't have a gun. We don't possess a weapon. Jayllnn knows that, but the cops don't know that he doesn't have a weapon. That's what Jayllnn fails to realize, and he doesn't understand. It's kind of it's like we're bumping heads because he doesn't understand. Jayllnn knows and was raised and know that if he's not doing nothing wrong, he can continue doing what he's doing. Without knowing what he's not doing nothing wrong. But what he failed to realize is what people think nowadays, especially an officer, if you reach beside your seat, there could be anything down there. God forbid it be a gun, an actual gun. Even if it's hand sanitizer. I tell Jayllnn there's people to this day that's dead that only reach for a piece of gum, for crying out loud, down beside their seat. And they're dead to this day. But Jayllnn don't seem to understand. It's like, it's just that piece that he doesn't seem to understand. It's kind of irritating to try to push that into that little hole that's everything surrounded by just he's not doing nothing wrong. If we go up north, for instance, there's a lot of crime up north, a lot of shit happening up north, and cops are different up there. And they say, Empire, can you stop? Thank you. Like I was saying, yeah, we're planning on traveling, doing all this, that, and the third, and say, God forbid we get pulled over by policemen up north, and they're different. They think people are bad as fuck up there. People do stupid shit up there. So he's black, I'm black, we sit in a motherfucking car, and God forbid he reached for hand sanitizer again, and them people think it's an actual gun, and fucking shoot this nigga. Then what he gonna say? Stand there with a hole in his chest saying it was just hand sanitizer? No, nigga, you bleeding for your fucking life. people are different as fuck, and it's kind of irritating because he says he understands, but I don't want him to, you know, go out in this world if I'm not around, and he's, God forbid, he actually reaches for the hand sanitizer and get fucking shot or something.
Keep in mind, y'all, I said I understand, but Cardo's really asking.
He says he understands, but Jaylln also was the same person that said if he wanted to go out or if he gets pulled over and he wants to reach for the hand sanitizer again, he will do that. That's showing me you don't understand.
I'm not doing that wrong.
See? He said he's not doing that wrong, but it's kind of like irritating to me. But he says I'm catering to one side, and that's the people. You know, that's us. But I'm not thinking about what the cop thinks, or if a cop is wrong, or if a cop is actually right. Like, nah, he don't. They saying you don't understand. And you can go live and talk. Jaylln's gonna go live later. He's gonna talk to his people about this, and I want to be in the background to say exactly what I'm saying to y'all in his same live. He has an attitude problem. Who has an attitude problem? All right, I'm gonna request you.
Like, yo, I don't say just because I'm not on my knees begging. Like,
Nobody's saying you have to be on your knees. I just.
It's not like, girl.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Jay, dude, listen to me. I know Caardo may seem overprotective, but I'm trying to tell you from my experience, I got pulled over by myself and I just reached for my phone. And I promise you, the police officer almost reached for his gun. And I'm a girl. So my experience and what my dad taught me, and it clicked in my head real quick because I didn't believe him. Keep your hands where they can see it. Put it on the dashboard, on a steering wheel or something. Don't touch your glove box. Don't touch your wallet. Don't touch anything. Keep your eyes on the road. Turn your windows down. Turn your car off. Don't talk back. Be like, yes sir, no sir.
Raised up, you know, Jaylln's look, you know, cute, preppy little dude. You know, he ain't had to really experience, you know, all of the cops or being involved with the cops. He may have had little intersections or whatever the fuck you want to call it every here and there, but he's never, you know, had to deal with something serious. And I'm trying to, you know, get him in a mindset prepared for something that actually becomes serious before it actually gets.
Okay. Tell you what. Tell Jay to watch the movie The Hate U Give.
Oh my God.
And I promise you,
I sent him
he'll get it.
Movie, bro.
He'll get it. Watch The Hate U Give, and he'll get it because the guy was driving at night with his friend, and they was playing loud music. I believe it was Tupac, and they was talking about the meaning of thug life. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was.
And the guy had the same attitude Jay had. No offense, Jay, I love you, boo. But I'm on Caardo's side on this one because I care about you too. So the guy was doing the same thing Jay was doing. Like, I could do what I want to do or whatever. The police officer opened the freaking car door, pulled the guy out, smashed his face into the window. And then the next thing you know, the guy's like, okay, give me your license and everything. So the guy gave him his license, and the girl's like, you know, she put her hand on the dashboard because her father told her everything you need to do when you get pulled over by the cops. And the next thing you know, the guy reached into his car and he grabbed a hairbrush, and the police officer shot him. And then the girl, they ended up pulling her out the car too because they think she had a weapon. And then they searched the car and they found out that they had no weapons. They had no drugs. So what happened was she had to literally sit there on the floor, handcuffed, and watch her friend die in front of her. And she literally told him, don't grab the hairbrush. And he grabbed it and he died. And she had PTSD behind that. So tell him to watch The Hate U Give if he doesn't believe what you're saying is true.
I am. And
I mean, think about the guy who just died yesterday. What was his name? George Ford?
George Ford, I think.
He was literally just sitting in his car because he looks like a suspect over a fraud check just because he's black. And he was saying the same thing, like, why are you doing this? Now, the police officer didn't have a right to do what he did. And then the guy was literally kneed down by not one. I just found out it was 3 other police officers on the guy's back.
You just found out?
Yes, I found out on the news earlier today. There was 3 other police officers who was kneeling on his back, and then there was a white police officer standing right there watching him, and he didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And the only thing they did was arrest him.
It's what you look like.
Of course, it's because of the color of his
You look
skin.
like a suspect.
Right, and the guy didn't do anything. He was
You need to
innocent.
smile more, Chris.
I need to smile more.
Yeah, you look like a suspect.
I look like a suspect.
You
Okay,
don't smile enough.
I smile enough.
I know when the cops pull me over, I'm smiling.
Hey, I'm on live right now. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. Okay, what we say?
Smile.
I'm smiling. Hello. Okay.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
I was just telling him that, you know, there's a lot of people that.
What did I do?
Your mom asked you to do something at dinner and you didn't do it.
And what was that?
You don't remember?
No.
She asked you one thing to do.
And what did she say?
And you didn't do it.
Girl, anyway, what were you saying?
You don't remember?
No, I don't. What was she saying?
She said bring the trash can.
Oh, okay. I'll bring the trash can in a minute.
You told her that at dinner.
Okay, I will. I'll bring the trash in.
You're not going to remember.
I am going to remember, I promise.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry, Caardo. That was my uncle. He was getting on to me. I'm sorry. Okay, what were you saying?
I was just telling him, I totally understand where he's coming from. You know, he genuinely thinks that he's reaching for his hand sanitizer, and he knows himself that there's hand sanitizer down there during a pandemic, and, you know, he just wants to put hand sanitizer on. And there was same people of that caliber thinking the same way Jay's thinking, and some of them not even here to this day because a cop shot them because they thought it was something more than a hand sanitizer.
All I'm saying, Jay, is just watch the hate you give. I know it's just a movie, but it's a lot of real information behind that. If you don't know, educate yourself. I'm not trying to be racist or prejudice, but Black people have, I don't care if you think you're the most cleanest person or you know you got a little dirt on you. I don't care. I don't care if it was 10 years ago. I don't care if it was 50 years ago. I don't care if it's today. Whenever I see a police officer, I don't care if they beside me. I don't care if they behind me. I get scared because of everything that happens. So you just got to take precautions, man. I know Caardo may seem overprotective and you may be like, I'm untouchable, but sometimes you got to remember what you look like. Like, that's just crazy. Like today, I was watching a TikTok where this girl said she smokes weed with her Black friends. And she said every time that, like, if she get pulled over or there's a cop, they always give it to her. And she said one time it got so bad that the police pulled everybody out the car and he searched all the Black people, but he didn't search her. Yeah. And she said she was thankful that they had gave her the weed instead of them. They were searching him, pushing him on the ground and everything. And she said she never knew how bad Black people had it until that day. And it scared her.
I don't want him. I don't wish this upon, you know, our life or upon Jay. But, you know, some people have to actually go through it to, like, open their eyes, if you want to say.
Yeah, because I was, like, when I got pulled over by police, I was wearing a dress. I was dressed really nice, talking and everything. But I'm a girl. I'm by myself. He could have easily pulled me out. I could have got raped. He could have shot me. And I wouldn't have been able to do anything. And I'm a girl. Like, I know guys are more prone to get shot, but we're girls. We can easily get raped, abused. Y'all are stronger than us. So we're even more in danger than you guys are. So just like Jay, I understand. Like, I'm not saying that you don't have the right to think the way you do, but just be a little more careful. These police don't care. Like, I literally saw a video today of a police officer just pulling the guy over. The guy is literally sitting in the mall, talking to his friend on the freaking phone. He finds out this police officer has been following this dude for 30 minutes. Then the police officer knock on his door. Are you smoking weed? Let me see your license. And blah, blah, blah. And all this stuff. And the guy wasn't doing anything. Literally. Wasn't doing anything. So, Jay, I'm just saying, man.
That's what
Just
I'm
watch the
saying. I'm trying to
movie,
hold
The
on.
Hate You Give. I promise you'll open your eyes real freaking quick.
That's
I'm
all I
just
was
saying.
trying to say. I'm not trying to, wish nothing bad upon him or say
Now,
anything
I would
wrong.
love to hear Jay's point of view because there's always two sides of the
Right.
story.
Mm-hmm. Everyone.
Because I don't know what he's been through. But then again, Jay, I'm hands. I know you say you don't need to keep your hands on the dashboard. Keep your freaking hands either on the steering wheel or the dashboard. Your hands need to be visible at all times. Don't be on your phone. Don't see no light. Don't open no glove box. Don't do shit. Don't even try to reach for your freaking driver's license until they are literally right there where they can literally see you. Pull it out there. Now, if you got somebody with you, if you want to record, you do have the right to do that. And if you want to call a police officer because you don't feel safe, you have the right to do that as well. Even though
Wow.
you pulled
Okay.
over, you do have the right to do that. But I'm just saying, Jay, watch The Hate You Give. Not only does it speak on racism and how some people may say things that's offensive that they may not know, but it also talks about police brutality, and it also talks about the Black Panthers and how they stuck for like Black Lives Matter. Very good movie to watch. Just saying. It opened my
Interesting.
eyes and made me take this stuff more serious. And then boom, look at the news. It's like that movie was ahead of its time. Just
Right.
ahead of its time. And
Right.
then I was listening to XX Session or whatever his name was, talking
Mm-hmm.
about school shooters, talking about they hate us and they always want to shoot us. So if you really connect the dots and sometimes listening to music, sometimes people can tell you what you don't see.
And I'm not like, I'm not, saying or trying to be racist or whatever against white people or white cops, but at the same time, it's like you have to be careful. Like, in
You
this
got to
time
be
we're living in,
careful
you
in
have to be
general.
careful.
You got to, and you know what the thing that broke my heart the most
What's
about
up?
that movie? They talked to a black cop. The black girl who watched her friend die talked to a
Mm-hmm.
black cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "How would you address a black person if you pull them over?" And he said, "We're trained to react a certain way." And then she was like, "Okay, so how would you act if it was a white person?" And he said, "I would be patient. I'll ask him questions." And she was like, "Would you think that he was on drugs? Would you think he was a thief?" And he said no. And then she said, "Well, if it was a black person, do you think it would have like drugs? Do you think it was thief?" He said yes. And she said, "Do you even understand what's coming out of your mouth? You're killing your own people." And it's just crazy because I think low key the police are training their people to be that way because they're
That's
afraid.
crazy. That's
They're
crazy. And it's
afraid.
crazy. It's crazy that they literally basically took their whole life just to learn, basically their whole life to be in a academy, whatever, to learn all these things just to get fired or kill someone.
And
Just
then I found out that the guy was a white supremacist.
for real?
And yeah, and that he had other charges against him of him abusing his power. And he never got called out on it.
That's crazy. That's why I say like it's kind of I don't I don't know if cops should have power because everybody run off their emotions and they're people just like us. So if they feel like they're being attacked or just don't like you, they're gonna do some petty shit, or if God forbid they shoot you. And they're gonna think just because they got the law on their side, they can do whatever the hell they want to do.
And you're talking about the police up north? I have family that
Right,
live in Detroit. They don't
right.
play no games. You could,
That's
even if you dress a certain way, you dress
that's
like, you dress a certain way, it's over. Like one day, me and my grandma, we just went to White Castles. This guy was dressed in a white beater, sweatpants, maybe some J's, maybe a gold chain, and the police were already profiling him, asking him questions, got searched down for no reason. And he
that's
just
crazy.
wanted to get some food.
That's crazy.
Georgia's crazy too. Florida
That's
is, I mean, I don't live in the hood, so I can't really say anything.
what I'm saying.
But the police aren't that bad here. But
I wouldn't even
I'm
say I'm
not
from.
saying it
I'm
can't
from a
happen.
small town, but even if I know that, I feel like Jay should be aware of that.
I'm just saying, Jay, um, you don't have to listen to this, but don't get mad if somebody you love or supporters are trying to warn you and you don't listen, man. At that point, it's on you. I'm just trying to tell you my experience. I'm not trying to scare you. I was scared for my life. And it
Exactly.
was a speeding ticket. That wasn't,
Exactly.
and I found out I wasn't even speeding.
It's crazy. This world is
So,
literally crazy. Anything can happen at any time. And then I'd be telling him like, there's this saying going around. You can be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and shit happens. Like shit happens. If we traveling and God forbid anything happening, but people have been at the wrong place at the wrong time, and shit went down that wasn't supposed to go down. That's all it is.
uh-uh.
That's all I'm trying to tell. I'm not trying to, have a debate with him, trying to tell him that he's wrong because he do have some valid points. But that's why I want him to go live or him to come in here and say his points because he do have some valid points. And with what he's saying. But what I'm saying, I know I'm not wrong whatsoever. I can go on TikTok and say this. I can go on IG and say this. I can go on Bigo and say this. I can go on YouTube and say this. And I still
Yeah, I
stand by
mean,
what
he
I
does
said.
have the right to, like, sanitize his hands. But when you and a police officer, don't, no, don't try to talk back. Don't try to be like, why are you doing this and that. Mm-mm. Yes, sir. No, sir. Here you go. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. What can I do? Oh, you got me off with a warning? Thank you. It won't happen again. Have a
And
good day, sir.
also, I think also there has been people that has fully cooperated with the police and did everything they said and still end up either fucking hurt or dead.
At that point, that's just racism. I don't know what to say. All I know is I was just taught don't talk back and just do what they say and make sure you don't try to touch your phone and make sure your hands are always visible. And that's pretty much it.
Right,
That's
that's
it.
all I was saying. And I'm probably gonna go live on TikTok too, so I can get like I want everybody's point on this, and I'm gonna say the same stuff because I feel like everybody can agree on this. It don't matter what race.
I mean, today I saw a video, even though it was on someone's spam account, it was very interesting. This
Hmm.
white lady was, the police officer was being a little more friendly with her than he would with someone like us. And
Hmm.
he was just kindly asking her, like, can I have your license and registration, please? And she
Hmm.
was all like, why do I got to give you my license and registration? I don't got to give you shit. So the police officer was like, oh, okay. So he asked her again. She said the same thing. She tried to reach for something, and a black person was recording. He was like, yeah, why don't you treat her the same way you would have treated us? Right? So the police,
Right.
the police officer was black, by the way. So he
Wow.
opened up the door. He pulled the white lady out and tried to handcuff her. And she's yelling, oh my God, this black guy is harassing me. He's hurting me. Why are y'all just watching him treat me this way? Y'all need to help me.
I
Don't you
need to see
see
this
I'm
video.
white? I don't need to be treated like this. You're treating me like an animal. And he ended up arresting her just like he arrested us. If he would arrest her. Oh, this is so unfair. And he's reading her rights and everything, saying that if you have anything you say, it can be used against the court and all that. Oh my God, why are you treating me like this? And blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you're being arrested because you're not complying with the law.
That's all it is. That's all it is. It's the law, and then people adding stuff whatever they want to add to it.
And then the one that broke my heart the most, this guy was doing his job. He worked at a park. He was a bird watcher. And
Mm-hmm.
this girl was just walking her dog. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you've seen it. And the
Oh,
dog didn't have a leash on. And the guy asked, hey, we don't mind you having a
I see
dog, but just have a
TikTok.
leash.
I seen somebody
Yeah.
talk about it on TikTok, but I ain't see the full
Uh-huh.
story.
It's on my story if you want to see it. And the girl, she literally called the police and she was choking the dog, acting like it was a black guy doing it. She was literally holding the dog like a hang,
I'm gonna have to
like
look this up after we get
hanging.
off live.
And she was literally on the phone. The dog was literally trying to like get out of her because she was choking the dog. This black guy, I'm telling you, the black guy was right here. The white girl was all the way over here. Oh my God, this black guy, he ain't touched her. He's talking polite and everything. This black guy trying to harass me and my dog. I feel threatened. He's trying to harass me and do blah, blah, blah.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm not racist, but like, come on now. This is getting a little out of hand. And then on TikTok, all these culture appreciations, trying to steal our hairstyles, trying to say the N-word, trying to do all this stuff. But if you guys would walk a day in our shoes, I bet you wouldn't want to do that. If you really know what it meant to be black.
That's crazy, right? That's a whole nother topic I probably want to talk on. I'll probably talk about it later tonight or some other time. But,
date
yeah.
rape and clubbing is a whole nother topic I can get into. Let's just say I'm happy that I had people talk to me when I was young. I don't know if it's just because I'm a girl or is it because I'm a girl and I'm black.
If that's the case, I feel like if you were taught at a young age and you're a female and you're black, males should know this way before a female should, you know?
I'm just saying, if I ever have kids, they're gonna know. They're gonna know everything, history, how to survive, all that.
Because there was
I don't play about that.
There was a scene on American, I forgot what it was, All American, and the mixed boy, he got pulled over by a police officer, and Spencer was like, keep your hands on the dashboard, blase, blase, don't move. And the mixed boy got out talking crap to the cop, like, my mom's a lawyer, she could sue you, do this, do that.
Yeah.
And he threw him on the ground, and he was like, they both was on the ground looking at each other, and he was like, don't move, don't do it, don't move. And I was like, damn, like, these stuff people.
And that's the same thing that could happen to Jay if he don't listen. I mean, I would love to hear his side, but at the same time, Jay, you got to be a little more careful, babe.
I think he's gonna go live, so he can. I don't.
Got to be more. Got to be careful.
My point of view is better or over his, but I feel like I'm sitting solid where I'm at. Like I'm not moving no matter what he says.
Tell him to rewatch that scene, and tell him to watch The Hate You Give. The Hate You Give would do him good. The Hate You Give.
You talking about this scene right here?
Yeah. Yeah. Just that scene alone will do good. You see?
Yeah.
And she literally had to watch her friend die.
That's crazy. That's literally crazy.
For a hairbrush. So imagine what a hand sanitizer that has a handle is going to do.
That's all I'm trying to do is give him.
In the dark, that could easily look like a gun or a knife.
And that's all it takes, one slip up.
I'm just saying, Jay, I love you, but be careful, man.
And this is reality. Like, this isn't stuff you just see on the internet posted just to be posted to go viral. This is reality. Just because it's not happening in the South or South Carolina, down here, it's not happening. But it's happening all over the world. It could happen in South Carolina.
Jay, I'm just saying, don't take that chance, man. I know how you think, but please, just sometimes you gotta swallow your pride, man. I know it sucks, but sometimes you gotta swallow your pride. Cause I know I had to. Cause I know I got a smart ass mouth, and I know I could be petty like Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But when I know somebody got the power to kill me, I'm gonna do what I get in survival mode. I'm gonna do what it takes to survive. So now I may be playing all innocent now, but if I look at that ticket and you do me wrong, I'm getting your badge. I'm getting you fired. I'm taking you to court. We're gonna have jail time, and I'm gonna get my money. So what's But I'm just saying, Jay, like, dude, I know you're petty, cause I'm petty. I get you. I get you too. Like, I get both of the way you guys speak, cause I hang out with Geminis and Libras all the time. I know how y'all roll. But sometimes you gotta swallow your pride, and you just gotta listen. Put your stubbornness away and listen sometimes. Because life is bigger Sometimes you gotta do stuff you're not proud of, or you have to bend your morals sometimes.
I
So
think
hey,
Jay just came from like he's ain't really experienced, stuff at the streets, if you want to call it, or being.
you know what? This may seem funny, but I'm gonna tell you this.
What's
When
up?
I was younger, I was born in the suburbs. Like I've been raised in the,
That's
suburbs.
probably
Black
I
people
think
kind
the
of got their
difference.
nose up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Think they better than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
My dad sometimes would drive me through the hood or through some of the trap houses.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just sit there for an hour, just park somewhere and just see stuff. Gunshot, maybe a drug deal, prostitution,
Mm-mm.
bad kids.
That's crazy. That's
Just
really
to
crazy.
show you that it's real. Because I think
Right.
sometimes people think it's just a movie. But that
Right.
stuff is real. That stuff is real.
Okay.
So hey, I mean, sometimes may want to just drive through somewhere. And trust me,
I don't know because they might try to.
here, do
I
this experiment. Because my dad did this to me one time. He
okay.
did it to me in Detroit and he did it to me in Atlanta. Go to a rough spot, go to a gas station, park your car, go into the gas station, leave the person who's all, yeah, okay, that can't happen to me in the car, go to the gas station and come back and see if that door is not locked. And if
you,
that door is locked, they're scared.
you know that door's gonna be
I'm
locked.
just saying.
You know that door's gonna be locked.
Because I promise you, two things going to happen. A guy going to be like, hey, mom, let me get your number. I know you want this, D. Or two, it's going to be a homeless person be like, hey, sugar, you got some change?
I'm
25
dead.
cents,
I'm
a
dead.
dollar.
I'm
I'm
dead.
just trying
This
to
is
buy a
funny.
piece of chicken and some bread in the grocery store. I'm like, girl, I don't give a fuck. I'm just trying to tell you, Cardo.
I'm dying. I'm
I'm trying to
dying.
tell you he gonna lock them doors. And he a cute boy, too.
Lock,
Jay, you better be
lock the doors
careful.
ain't no word.
Oh man. And if you ever want to know how your drink is drugged, or how to know if someone's trying to like date rape you, that's a whole nother conversation. But when you're ready, let me know. Because
Okay,
my dad taught me about that too.
okay,
I'm just trying to
okay.
tell you, I'm prepared. I'm very cautious of myself.
Interesting. Interesting, but yeah. I appreciate you, Chris. I'm gonna probably add a couple more people to get their take on this if they have
All
anything.
right, I'm interested to see because
All
they may be
right.
mad at me, but I'm telling any of y'all in the comments because I don't read my comments because when I talk to somebody, you have my undivided attention.
Right.
So when I get back on these comments, and if
Right.
anybody's coming for me, I will drag you because I have time tonight. So if you ready,
Okay,
I'm
period.
ready. But
All
this is a
right.
serious topic, so there
Right.
shouldn't really be
Play it.
any necessary comments. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go.
All right.
Hopefully Jay heard this. If not, oh well.
Okay.
Like I'm the type of person I give my advice once, and it's your job to take it or leave it, and I'm gonna just go from there.
All right,
But yeah,
bet.
nice talking to you, Cardo.
Nice talking to you, Chris. I
Hopefully
appreciate
you
it.
got my advice and my point of view,
I
and
did.
hopefully it helped. That's all I gotta say.
All right. I appreciate you, Chris.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Chris was great. Chris was great. Oh my gosh, she did. She came over here, stated her opinion, gave her, her background on what happened with her life. Just a lesson type of thing. But yeah, I'm not really bashing anything he says or not saying he's completely wrong because you do have the right to think like you're thinking. Like if you genuinely think you're grabbing something, you're grabbing something. The cop may not know that. So if y'all hear Empire in the background, she has just let me have it. Like she usually don't be doing this. She just want me to, I guess, for y'all to hear her. So, but Chris, you did great, by the way, coming on here stating your opinion. You didn't bash anybody. You didn't bash his opinion. You said you want to hear his opinion, actually. So he'll probably go live or whatever and talk to y'all about that on his time. But I feel like, I want him to go live. I want y'all to understand his point of view on everything that he wants to say, ranging from police brutality or to racism in general. Like, I feel like I want to talk about the racism aspect too. But let's see who else want to be added, give their advice on this. or that point of view. And I just want to say that I don't think that all cops, well, all white cops are racist, because I have encountered very nice white cops. I know some in my hometown that are like very, very nice and great people that used to, help me or be nice to me and my family, or to my little brothers and sisters. They would bring them toys. I love all kinds of people. I love genuine people that's for the people, actually. But if you do something wrong, and I know you did something wrong, I'm going to call you out on it. Or if I see something, like, say if I walked up on the scene of something happening and somebody's on the ground, for crying out loud, halfway dead, I'm be like, what the fuck happened to him? Like, that shit ain't right, whatever it is. But, if I get all the backstory that he was fighting the other dude and trying to shoot the other dude or talking shit, doing this, doing that, I'm not going to say nobody deserves to die, but I'm going to be like, that you can somewhat call that shit self-defense. Wait, Cardo, I have a question. Do you think that black people can be racist? Okay, so I'm going to say this and say this once. A lot of people might not agree with me, but I feel like, white people can be racist. I feel as though if a black person, just like a white person, does not like a certain type of race, specifically, say if they don't like a white race, it could be Mexican, it could be whatever, but they genuinely do not like them type of people, don't like their food, don't like their cooking, can't be around them, can't stand to look at them, don't want them to be the president, don't like any type of shit about a white person. I feel like that is considered racist because you don't like a race. I don't care if people don't like my opinion. That's what I say. So anybody can be racist. Mexican people could be racist. Spanish people could be racist. Black people could be racist. White people could be racist. Anybody could be racist. Prejudice. I don't know. Okay, that's a whole conversation that I can break down. Okay, I'm gonna add y'all real quick. See, y'all can talk about the first thing first, and then we'll move over to the second topic. I'm trying to let my phone charge, so if y'all see me setting it up, it's because my phone's charging right now. I literally jumped on live at 9%, and I had to get this off my chest to talk about my point of view on this, because I knew I genuinely was not wrong on what I was saying. And I do love white people, by the way. Like, I have a lot of white friends. All right. I need some people of age, by the way, because I'm looking through the, what's to call it? If you're not of age, I'm not going to add you because you don't have that much knowledge on what we're talking about, So if you're not of age, I would not add you. All right. I'm going to add Vic real quick.